Hello. Let me go there. How are
Hello.
you, Whitney?
Hi.
Haven't seen you in so long.
I know, it's been a minute.
I know. I guess it's just the new year and stuff.
Yeah, I was really busy the week of the challenge, and
Yeah.
then last week I had the a podcast meeting scheduled at the same time as our call, so didn't w- it just kind of was a miss last week too.
That's okay. So next week, I'm doing a new workshop in here called Empress Academy, which is going to be the complete guide to authentic passive income. Here, let me show this. And I wanted to make sure I showed this to you. So essentially, we're using it's a complete guide to authentic passive income because we're using human design, the Enneagram, which is what this is, and the Skool community. And because you're already a client, you get access to this. And I'm trying to decide whether or not this is going to be, these calls are going to be on Wednesdays. And essentially, it's going to be some of the stuff you and I have already kind of covered together, but it's a step-by-step process. So like it goes through these 9 steps and the calls are going to be they're going to be 90 minutes long, so 60 minutes of like a lecture going over stuff and then 30 minutes of Q&A. And the reason I'm doing this is because let me stop the share is because I've noticed that this lower ticket seems to really work very well and it's you can get people in there. And I know you and I have talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to see what's going on with you and whether or not this is something you would want to partake in.
Yeah, what time on Wednesday?
They're going to be at noon, I believe.
Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, I can look and see. It should work for me.
I think it'll be fun because you've already got your Skool community, so you're kind of like ahead of the curve there, but I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, I did my first call, had my first like call set up or whatever in school for my challenge. But I uh put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram and everything like that. And had a lot of interaction, but no one showed up. So I'm just gonna continue to show up every day on the live, but even
Good
if
to
it's
go.
not, like my plan is, and I have the script, but I'm gonna just take the script and then make videos and put them in school.
Okay.
That's the plan that I have to get that, and then is that's when I will be able to, I guess, I don't even know. I'm trying to think because really want to have the course, and I looked up Anastasia's course that she had created, and then I realized like how much like I was overthinking that specifically because of just like how much it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah.
So I'm in the process of trying to figure that out, but then the podcast stuff has just been like I got to figure out. I know that like the podcast and like doing that is something that I feel like will help me get get my school like more recognized and market that through there, but I just don't really know exactly how that's going to be because a lot of these people that we're going to be interviewing for the podcast are going to be people that I don't necessarily think is going to be like ideal client wise.
Yeah.
Might be, but I don't think a lot of those people are going to are either going to be like an online business owner or they're not going to have like probably the money to pay me for one-on-one coaching. But
Right.
not to say that I can't find people that are that are maybe not even wanting to be on the podcast that end up, doing one-on-one coaching with me. But it's just like I've got to figure that out where I'm like, do I want to keep looking at Skool as like a place where I'm trying to get online business coaches and stuff like that? Or do I open it up where it's just a space for all the people that are going to be like on the podcast? Like, I don't know if like I should just keep it the way that it is or what I should do, I guess.
So, first of all, that sounds amazing. Let's do some wins because it sounds like you've had a lot going on recently. So, what
Yeah.
are of your wins since we last talked?
Well,
I think
I
the fact
feel
that you
like,
did this challenge at all is amazing.
yeah, I mean, the challenge was good. I made all the social media content and then put it out there, which was good. I don't know that all the time that I put into it was worth it because
Did you
I've
record
got to
the challenge? Did you record or did you do it? Like, did you still record it even though
I
nobody showed?
haven't recorded it. I showed up on the live and stuff like that. That's where I'm like, okay, I just always get so caught up with like Loom and like, should I do it through Loom? Should I just do it through uh like videoing it on my phone? And then I don't know what did I don't know, is
So
it on Anastasia? She did it through
she did
like
live.
she did it Loom for each one of the or each video that she had for the Start Here. Okay. That
And
helps.
I did a challenge like, 2 weeks ago. Nobody showed up for mine either. So like, don't feel bad about it. Like, I think that's totally normal. And
Yeah.
what I did learn from it is like that I had never done a challenge before. So I did it for 7 days and I showed up every day and I recorded it. And now I have the videos on YouTube and now it's living in,
Gotcha.
it's like, I think what my theme for this year is like systems and adventure because in order to have time
Yeah.
for adventures, I need systems. So as much as I can work smarter, not harder, and like use the work I'm creating in multiple ways, the better it's going to be for me. So I've seen people do their challenges like just straight on Instagram and then download the video and keep it on YouTube. I mean, there's so many ways we can stretch it out, but I guess my question for you is like, I think the overarching theme is we need something in the school that is valuable.
Yes.
Secondly, what I heard from you is this podcast and whether or not they're going to be the ideal clients for the one-on-one business coaching. And so I'm wondering if we could do a low ticket community. I'm talking like under $100 a
Yeah.
month because we're going to get way more people and then you'll start creating recurring revenue that then you will build, and those I think that's going to be where your one-on-one clients are going to come from. And at this point what we need is like experience and wins,
Hmm.
you know? So
Yeah.
anything we can do to get paid for getting those, in some capacity would be great. So whether or not they're these, 6 7 figure business coaches, like I think they'll come as we earn our chops and start working with people.
Yeah.
And it'll that way it's like more open. I don't know. That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah. I think for me, since I think I told you a little bit about the goal, but like the goal is to record the audio and video. And
Yeah.
for me, it's going to be like I'm participating in it, but I don't have to do all of it myself because like I have
Right.
someone who's really good at it.
Yeah.
So for me, that is like best case scenario because I feel like I can learn a lot and she's willing to teach me.
And are you guys going to be doing this like weekly?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the plan. So
So,
doing like one weekly
yeah.
meeting where we So they'll send in their bank statements. We will
Yes,
review it.
this
Yeah,
is
so they'll
so
send in
good.
their bank statements. Like they're gonna put it all out there. Like everything's gonna
It's
be out
so
for
good,
people
Whitney.
to know. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
This girl,
So what?
who is this girl? Is she your business partner?
No, so she is a girl that I met from a mutual friend, and yeah, so my friend meets a lot of people because she's in news, and so she just meets like random people all the time. This girl started a gluten-free bread business out of her home or out
That's
of her
amazing.
garage. Yeah,
I'm
so she's
gluten
like,
free.
so I have attempted to be gluten free. It is extremely challenging. But that's awesome. My body would thank me if I did, but I just yeah, it's really hard. But she has gluten free dinner rolls and pancake mix that she's made herself.
Fantastic.
And she started her business before COVID, and then because of COVID, ended up losing it. And there was a lot of issues that came, and she made a lot of mistakes. So she's restarting that, but
Yeah.
her day job is a business banker, and not only is she like business minded, but she's like saves and invests and does all that. And she really wants to do this just like as a side thing for me. And then
I think this is
she
really
said that
perfect
she wanted to do it with someone, but she never met anyone that she
to do it with.
felt like would do it with her or whatever. And so we met, she found out what I did, and then she was like, "Oh, okay, would this be something you would be interested in?" And so,
Yes. Okay, so
yeah.
the goal is we're going to do the podcast once a week. It's going to be recorded audio and video. We can,
Yes.
so I'm just going to put some notes in here for
So
you.
the yeah, so we're gonna look at the bank statements before, then talk to them live at the location that we chose. And then once we get a game plan for them, like we'll send them home with assignments to do and guidance. And then they're also going to be videoing parts of their journey.
Okay. I want you, that's amazing. And I want you to have a special offer that you give to them for coming on the podcast. And it could be like you're going to do you'll do ongoing coaching, money budget coaching with them for like, let's just say it's like $100 a month or something.
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good.
100, 250, like what feels the best?
um, I think it's hard for me to know like what is good because I don't know what money situation these people are in. I don't know. Like it's going to be everyone. It's not going to be like niche down. So that is difficult.
So maybe it's a sliding scale. But no, I think it should be special offer. And you're gonna say like as a thank you for sharing all of this information with us and coming on our show and allowing me to look over your banking. I want to continue to help you and provide the support because it's not just about having a plan, it's about are we able to stick to it and we need your budget to work for you. And so I want to help you and for let's just say it's like between 50 and 100 a month.
Okay.
Because what that's going to allow you to do is start to get the experience and the wins and create recurring revenue. And if it's under 100 a month for budget coaching, you'll get people in and they'll stay because it's not a huge expense.
Yeah.
And so I want the videos, like this is what my suggestion is. The videos from the podcast, I would create a classroom in your school that's just for the podcast, and I would add them in there so that they live there. Also, you already said this, but having them on YouTube and then the podcast platforms, and then a special offer for the podcast guests, I think between 50 and 100. Maybe you can like
Uh-huh.
fill it out. And for that, they'll get the weekly calls. And maybe if you only have one person in there at first, they'll be one-on-one, kind of just like this. But
Hmm.
as it grows, you wouldn't be meeting with them. I wouldn't think. I wouldn't necessarily keep it like they would get one-on-one calls with you every week, although I don't think there's any problem in going above and beyond when you're starting because the more value you provide at the beginning,
Hmm.
the better you're going to get and the more people are going to stay. So, let's just say they're weekly group coaching calls that you also record and that go in the classroom. And then that's going to allow you to see like what they actually need help with, and then we can start like building out the course based on your experience working with these people so that you're not
Okay.
overwhelmed. Like I still want to have a start here course or like some kind a lead magnet in there because I think that
Yeah.
that's a huge win, but you could charge like 50 to 100. I don't know, maybe even starting at 50, and then they get the weekly calls, and then you could just start building out like templates and stuff for them.
So is that something where I would give them access to the small, I mean, the school, but like with the subscription, because that's what it'll probably be if when I do start the podcast. And then do I just add them while I work with them, or is that something where it's like those are two separate things of like working with me one or working with me for ongoing support is also the school community
Correct.
or
Correct. Like they can
okay.
get a 7-day trial. It's $50 maybe to start for the first, 10 or something.
Yeah.
And then we just slowly kind of raise it over time.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I just wanted to make sure
So for
because
me, I see your priorities are the lead magnet, which you're going to record in Loom, and the
and is that just the small like the small videos?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was like, I can do that. Like
You
I can record those
you
and I
can
only have like a couple minutes or whatever unless I buy Loom.
you
So,
do it in 5 minutes.
yeah. So I just have to do those videos and um yeah, I was a little worried today and I'm a little scattered and from this morning because we were supposed to have a meeting about the podcast, the second one, to go over location and all this stuff. And she totally just like did not show up. So I'm like,
That's the problem. See, I think I'm about to start. I have this podcast with my friend Oliver that I met in rehab, and we were calling
mhm,
it Rehab to Riches, and it was cute, and I like it, but it was like three of us who have to meet to do it. And
yeah,
like, it just doesn't really work with people's schedules. And my mom actually called me this morning and was like, you should just do your own Rehab to Riches, like for women or like Empress Amanda version or
hmm,
whatever. And I was like, it's like great if you have a partner who's like consistent and stuff.
yeah.
Maybe this is just a one-time thing. I don't know this girl,
I
but
think she just fell asleep.
yeah.
And but the thing is like she still hasn't texted me and I've called her 2 times, texted her and was like, "Hey, I'm here at your house." Like,
So like this is what I want us all to accept is like there is no one right way to do anything. I struggled for
yeah.
so fucking long with this email list thing, and it was because I don't buy from emails. I
Hmm.
rarely do that. Like I joined Mike's thing because I found him on YouTube, watched all his videos, joined his free, but I didn't even engage in the free community. And then he came on our podcast, and that's how I ended up getting into his program. But like everybody talks about email marketing, and it's like I spent so long trying to get this email thing together when it's like most of my clients have come from like content, from
Hmm.
content. So what I'm saying this for you is like we need an avenue for the people to
Yeah.
find us. And so if a podcast allows you to do that in a way that you're good with and you feel good about, then like let's do that. And so what regardless of what this girl does, even if you could do an audio podcast, Whitney, like that might be a great content traffic source for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be too. I just have no
And you're a
idea.
generator, so people are going to be submitting their stuff. You'll be able to like give them feedback. Like that's what you're born to do. You're literally designed that way.
Yeah, I do agree about that. So the thing with in the and I mean she does seem like she's she's like very much like about follow through and everything.
Yeah.
She is not on time for the last two times. So it's a little frustrating
So
because
I
I
want you to
am,
focus on what you can do, which is our looms. We can
yes. And
100%
that,
do
and
that.
that's what I'm gonna, yeah. So
Okay.
I'll focus on the looms and stuff like that. I do feel like I'm kind of at her mercy of like doing the podcast because she's got everything. I mean, we already have a sponsor. So
Yeah,
like we just need to
do them.
we just need to get it done. But yeah, it's hard because when I tell you I'm gonna be there at a certain time and a
Like
certain
in there. Yeah.
whatever, I'm there. And so
Yeah.
like it's just frustrating when that's not reciprocated. Um
Coworkers like that too with the pod. Like they're just not on time, and I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
yeah, and I'm like,
Like,
I have like so many things to do. Like I can't
right.
just be like sitting around waiting for you. So
Okay, so next week we're gonna be meeting again Monday, I'm pretty sure, but definitely Wednesday. What will you have done by then?
I want to have ever all those the videos recorded.
Okay, how are you gonna make sure that that happens?
I'm gonna do it right after this call.
Okay, all of her. And if you get stuck, what are you gonna do?
Call or I mean message you. But yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, I want to make sure like because I was like trying to think about it and I was like, I just really need to like uh let you know like what I'm doing because I'm like I she's not really using the podcast to market anything. Like she's just doing it. So like I almost feel like I'm the one that wants to get all this, out of it or whatever, which I'm
Right.
like I don't think that's too much to ask for. But at the same time, I'm like I want it I've never done this before, so I don't know like what I should do.
All you need to record a podcast, and I've done a multiple different podcasts, is
Mhm.
you just need a microphone
Yeah.
and you set up the podcast on Apple. Like I forgot what it's called.
Yeah,
Kenzie,
you like have to submit it or something.
Kenzie's in here, yeah.
Oh, what I was gonna say is planning on I was planning on doing a wait list through the Score app for getting people to sign up because my thing is like, and that's what like when I was talking with her the last time was, how are we going to get people to do this, especially like local people? Because
That's a good idea. Yes, you should have the wait list and you should
so
be,
something that's like credible and
yeah.
oh yeah, like this is legit, like get on our list, kind of. So because like my thought is, and
For free budget coaching, we're going to do it all for you. And yeah,
yeah, and that's why I was like, I think a lot of people will want that. She thinks that a lot of people will want that, starting with a lot of people in her network. That's the
okay.
thing is she knows a ton of people too, where I'm like, I don't feel like as long as she's there and she wants to do it, like she's excited, but then she also doesn't have any she
She doesn't
needs
have,
me
yeah.
because she doesn't have she's got life experience, but she's not like licensed in coaching or
So your job is going to be,
advising.
I want, like, you can absolutely do this with her. I think this is good, but let's also, accept that if you need to, you can figure this out and I can help you. And Kenzie fucking has a podcast. Jess has a podcast. It's really not hard because you're the one who has more to gain, like if she is not going to show up for this consistently, then this is I really like this traffic source for you, Whitney, because I
Okay.
this is going to be something that you can do consistently. And I know that once you figure it out the first time, you're going to feel better about it, you know?
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens with this girl. But your job is going to be like, I want you to create the wait list and promoting it all throughout the week in your content. So like
Okay.
you can create the wait list and she can share it with her peeps. That's great. And you've done really well actually networking in the Facebook groups and
Yeah.
school groups. So like I want you to add that waitlist sign up too to the links in your school
Okay.
like
The only
this.
thing is like
What?
I don't think that it would be an issue to do it virtually
No, oh,
but
you can use Riverside FM is how you do it virtually.
Riverside FM.
Put it in here, yeah. That
Okay, so
Riverside.
yeah, so she was saying about doing it like local and
Oh,
like meeting with them local, which is fine. It's just
you
harder to
can't.
find those people because
Right,
you can't advertise online for it.
right. Okay, so you could do both, but Riverside FM is
Yeah.
a really great way to do it, and you can start for free. And it does
Okay.
video and the audio, and you get it immediately, and then you can just upload it to the platform.
Yeah.
But I
I
would
think
also sign up. You need to sign up for this Apple, this podcast for creators here dashboard.
So I'm gonna drop it in the chat too, just because this is like the actual steps that will be the easiest. So if you're feeling like inspired today and you can have it up by the end of the day. If you don't already have a mic, do you have an iPhone?
I do. Yeah.
So you can go, and so many people do this. Even like the top podcasters, if you don't already have a microphone, you could go to the voice memos app in your
I
iPhone.
used to do that, and it
Dude,
works.
so many, and that's going to be the crispiest audio that you can get
So
without
good.
a microphone.
It is. And do you
Okay.
use the headphones, the Apple
I was
headphones?
going to say, if you have the little app, like the iPhone headphones that have the little, like,
Plug in.
it's a microphone also. So if you plug it in and do that, if not, I would just like hold it and do like testing. This is a test run. That way you can hear if like you're too close to it or if you're not close enough. But that's going to give you the crispiest audio. And
How do
then
you go to voice? How do you do
go
that?
go to like in your phone. I'm gonna turn off my background so you can
You
see.
have Android or Apple, Whitney?
Apple.
Okay,
So you
perfect.
know how you could search for apps?
Yeah.
So type in voice and it'll come up with like the little, it looks like almost like a little heartbeat line.
Okay.
And it's that first one. And then you'll go into it and literally just click, oh fuck. I'm gonna turn my background off.
Okay. So just download the voice memos
So
or
you don't
recording
even have
memos.
to download it.
Be
It'll
there.
be in your phone. So when you
Oh,
click
okay.
on it, you'll press the red button and it'll start recording. So testing, voice memo testing. And then you'll press stop and then it'll literally be right there. So if you start recording, so testing, voice memo testing. And it's super crispy and then you can send it to your computer so that way if you want to edit on your computer you can, or you can edit it on your phone. And that's going to get you your audio form of your podcast. I would also recommend, so get on Buzzsprout. That's going to be your podcast house. So Buzzsprout integrates with Apple Podcasts, with Spotify, with iHeartRadio, with YouTube, literally everywhere that it like accepts podcast. Buzzsprout is basically like where all your episodes are housed.
Okay.
And then that's really all you need. If you want to um, do you have a MacBook?
I don't. No, I don't do anything with Apple computers because they don't, for some reason, they do not like them in the financial industry.
So you can go on InShot. I know InShot is one where you can edit, or you can honestly edit in CapCut. Do you have CapCut?
I don't. I used to. I played around a little bit with it, but um,
So where do you currently like edit your reels or videos at?
absolutely nowhere because I don't edit them.
Okay, so I would download either CapCut or InShot because you can
Okay.
just extract the audio from there. And then that's literally all you need. And if you're going to do, like you said, you're going to do it with another like girl, or if you're
Yes.
going to do guest speakers and stuff, you can do it. Riverside is definitely the go. It is like $30 a month if you don't do the annual. But what's really cool about that is it takes, if you want to do like video later or even just audio, it takes little snippets. So like your like super good moments where you're like saying something good or like a memorable quote, and
Yeah.
it'll make it into a short, like into like a little short video. So that way you could post that as like a reel or TikTok to your social media platform. So if like going forward, if you do that, if not, I recorded guest podcast episodes just on Zoom
Hmm.
because then you could still, Riverside is basically the same as Zoom. You can invite guests to come on video and do that. So
Okay.
And then you could take the audio version. So if you're not doing a video yet, you could take the audio both on Zoom or Riverside.
Okay.
But really, like, all you need to start, and if you don't want to edit, I know a lot of podcasts don't like even edit the audio versions out. They want it to be like more like realistic and like
Mhm.
more personal. So if you don't want to edit at all, you could just do the audio version and then upload straight to Buzzsprout.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Where you upload your audio.
Yeah,
I put it.
I really need to talk to the other girl and see like what she was thinking or whatever. But yeah, that's all really good stuff to know because I mean, I really
The
didn't
classroom right
know
here
the
under
first thing
the
about it.
workshop replays. I have
Yep.
your notes in there for today. I have all of that
Okay.
in.
Yeah, I definitely need to do that. I never learned editing. No one ever taught me how to do it. But this
Don't
girl
let
that
them
I
stop you.
am
Like,
doing it with, she does know how to edit. So
Yeah,
that
and
is,
it's super easy, especially whenever I do my podcast, I edit out like if I take a long pause, I'll edit that out. Or if I say and
yeah.
like so a lot and I edit all those out just because it's empty space.
mhm.
Something else, just because I know that you're in the financial industry. If you, I think this would be cool, and then it would be like your own spin on it. How Dave Ramsey, I know you said something the other day, like if people are going to submit their bank reports to you, then you're going to do like a free audit for them.
Yeah,
So that's exactly what Dave Ramsey does. Like I know he does,
right.
and he has the number one financial podcast. So I think that would be huge as like bringing guests on there who are willing to give you their bank reports and then having that as a podcast because then no one can see
Started
their
with
information.
this the radio show and he just kept doing it. He just
Yeah.
kept doing it. That's all he fucking does.
Yeah, so I will say, like, I am a little nervous, and the reason I am nervous is so because I have a license and Dave Ramsey does not, and a lot of people that start these podcasts do not have a license. They don't have like a requirements and like things like I have to be so careful like what I say and how I say it and all that. So I mean, it is a little bit daunting
What
in
if you
that
put
way.
in your disclaimer, like could you put a disclaimer in your footnote of your episodes that says like this is
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out
I am
how,
not
like,
your financial advisor.
yeah,
Like,
like whatever you need to
yeah,
disclaim so that you're not held liable.
yeah.
yeah. Well, it's a lot about like, it's just the way that I give advice and how I do it has to be like a certain way. So I just have to be like really crystal clear on that. Whereas like a lot of people just like say what they want to say and they just, they don't have the repercussions. So
Yeah.
I've got to look into that. But yeah, I mean, it should be overall a good thing. I think it's just
Okay, so by next
scary.
week, I want your start here done. You can you create the wait list since you've already got score up?
Yeah, I need to look at it. I don't know
It
exactly.
can be
I know you
super
showed us
simple.
once.
They already have templates in there for a wait list. You can just use the template. And then I want you to either talk to this girl and make your plan to record your first episode like by next week if you can. And if not, like I want you to start looking at these links. Just like check them out.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
have to do a bunch of stuff, but you could get your first episode done in the next week. I think I'm going to.
Yeah. Yeah, we just have
I'll
to,
do it too.
well, we would
I'm
have
committing
been
to you.
farther
I'll
along.
have my first episode done by next week. I know you
Okay.
can do it. If you just like take it as a practice, like we've done with the start here, you can literally just like Kenzie said, record it on your iPhone and yeah. If you're not able to get with this girl. But I really like this
Well,
podcast.
I have to find someone first. Like I gotta find people. So that's the biggest thing is like
Well, then, okay, I want the wait list done. I want the start here done. And I want you
okay.
to shared this wait list at least once. Can you do
Share
that?
the wait list. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just need to go back in and look and see what the wait lists. Okay, so I'm in it right now. Let's see. I guess it'd be build. How do I go in and find the wait list? Like I know, isn't it it's just an option on the build?
Yes.
Okay.
You're just gonna find a template like this. Create scorecards, pick a template, and
So
here's
create scorecard,
you're gonna
pick a
say
template.
scorecard, and then right here, type is waitlist,
Okay.
and just use whichever one you like. Okay, Kenzie or Brenda, what are y'all working on? How can I assist? Brenda,
I didn't know my camera was off.
she's
Um, in
back.
the red light zone.
We haven't, I know, it's like a brothel in there. I love it.
Hmm.
That's how I
That's
always
what I'm
keep the
working
red
on.
lights on at night. Makes me feel, I don't know, I can't, it's all about the lighting for me. So how are you doing?
I got an apartment. I'm packing to move. Um, yeah.
That's
So I've been
fantastic.
sitting for 4 years and I got an apartment. So and I'm
Wow.
starting over with all of this project here. I'm starting from scratch.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was looking on the thing and looking for a starting place. I
Okay.
have a tendency to like do a bunch of the steps and then
Yeah.
like not know what to do with it and then like put it aside and then just do more steps and not know what to do with it and put it aside. So maybe if I had a new start, did you get a haircut?
I did. I did.
Nice.
Cut it all off. Yeah.
Well, that looks great.
Thank you. My friend who's also a client, Brooke, she's funny. She's like, she messaged me. She's like, girl, you have to get your hair cut because I had so many split ends. And it's funny because like I knew that I did need one, but I don't know. I'm in my little black hole of working by myself alone. And so I did. And I'm like, I feel like a whole new person. I just love it. Okay. So you're starting from scratch, meaning we're still sticking with the same like topic, but we're kind of just getting back into it. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm just starting from scratch and I gotta get something up. I honestly, for whatever reason, can't figure the game out and I can't translate into everything. So um tomorrow tomorrow and the next day I have a lot of time and I'm gonna just dive in. So it's nice to be able to see. I just came in. I kept clicking on the link and it was going. It said February 4th. So I go to the link that's on the calendar.
Yeah.
So then I found that there was in a mess. It was in the message. So anyways, it's just nice to listen to you guys and hear what you're doing, Whitney. That was awesome.
Thanks.
This is correct.
Absolutely have no idea what I'm doing, but we're doing it.
He's doing it.
You look great doing it. Um,
Um,
so maybe I can check in with you tomorrow or something like that if you have some time.
this is correct. Starting here, recurring every 2 weeks on Monday. Save. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's the right link. So I guess I'm kind of torn with you, Brenda, of whether we should start with setting up the school or
Yeah, maybe that would be a good place.
creating content because those are going to be our biggest.
I think school.
Okay. Oh. Oh no. This is where I want you to start. Have you gone through this badass offer one yet?
Um, Probably. Let me see. Let me get back to what you're.
Oh, let me share
Um,
my screen.
yeah, I've done a whole bunch of them.
So what I want is for you to be like talking to ChatGPT and come
Yeah.
away with this like one-page offer document.
Uh-huh.
Because if you go through this and then you'll come out with like a one-page offer template that looks kind of like this,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll have trained ChatGPT to understand your business and your niche, and then we can use that to make our Start Here course.
Okay.
is
All
what I,
right, I'll
and
do
what
that.
you need to do for this when you start going through it is this is really this badass offer anatomy is kind of where it all gets started. So you're just going to take this prompt and you're going to plug it in here. And then the only things you have to change are like this who's product who means like who are you? So just write like type in who you are. The more information, the better. The product, so this is just like about what it is that you want to sell.
Okay,
This is your ideal client, and those are the only three things you need to change.
okay,
And then it'll start, and then you just keep going through it, and then you plug like this in here, and then you just go through it one by one.
all right.
And when
I
you're
definitely
done,
did this before, but it didn't come down to a one-page thing. I think that's
I
at the end.
know,
It
I
goes,
know, because I had you start at a different place, but I think this is going to be better.
okay.
Um,
Cool. I'll start with badass offer and school setup.
yeah. And then the school setup would be this one.
The trust funnel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, badass offers, it changed
Yeah.
the way that I looked at everything. So it's so good.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, I think it's really good. Just
Okay. So trust funnel and badass offer. I'm on it.
yeah, and I'll put that in here. No, in here. So Brenda is going to do the badass offer and send me your one page offer when you're done. And then after that would be the trust funnel and school setup.
Okay, cool.
And I'll
Awesome.
put the link. Use this link when you start your school, which is here. Oh, just make this. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. Okay. Okay. So then it would be the school setup, then trust funnel. So Brenda, let me just show you. Okay, this is gonna go here. Okay, so in the classroom, if you go to workshop replays, and then for today, your notes are down here at the bottom.
Okay. All right.
I know you have trouble finding things sometimes, so
Totally do. Thank you. Workshop replays and in the notes.
it's in the notes for today. Yeah. Okay. So by next Monday, you'll have sent me your offer and signed up for school.
Well, I signed up for school already. I just got to set it up.
Oh, you just have to set it up. So then, yeah, you would just go to the 1% trust funnel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. I'm so glad you got an apartment, Brenda. I'm sure that's really
Thank
nice.
I know, yeah. I'm gonna start packing, moving in the next 2 weeks, over the
Yeah,
next week. So,
I've
um,
been doing that decluttering. It feels great. I found all these
doesn't it?
journals yesterday. So many journals, dozens, and I was like reading through them, and I'm like, wow, Amanda, you're like so wise. Like, where does all this stuff come from? It's like amazing. I'm moving to Portugal in a few months.
What?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I know. My mom's moving in here. She's taking this office next weekend so we can save up because you have to have like 10K in a bank account. You got to get like, you have to go to the consulate in DC and have like an FBI background check. Like, there's just so many different things you have to have in order to move. You have to have your own health insurance paid up for like 6 months because we're moving there. If it was just visiting, we wouldn't have to do this, but you can't get the visa from Portugal. You have to get it here. So there's just like so many things.
Well, good
How
luck
long are
with
you
all
gonna
of
live
that.
there? Forever?
Definitely. Yeah.
What?
I
Hey,
know.
congratulations.
I know.
How different is the time zone?
It's a 6 hour difference.
Dang it. That's crazy.
I know. I
How's
know.
how's that? Like what time will our calls be at then?
That's a great question. Figure it out. 6 hours, not so bad.
No, I did a 6 month program in London,
Did
and
you?
it gets tricky when you get to the different spring and fall time zones
Yeah.
because they don't quite match up. So it's like 1 week, 2 weeks in different directions. But for sure, I ended up spending 3 months in Seattle, and I got up at 2:30 in the morning to do the group.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll make
When
it work.
when do you move?
We're thinking like April, May, just depending on how long it takes to get all this stuff done.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought I didn't have my passport, so I had to cancel it and apply for a new one, but then I found my passport the next day, but we had already reported it as stolen, so I had to go get a new one at the post office, and you have to have like a $300 like either a money order or a check. Like or they would do cash, but I just had my cards with me. Like, who the fuck has checks anymore? And so there's this guy in
Seriously.
front of me, and I was like, he was writing a check, and I was like, can I Venmo you? And you can write me a check. And he was like, no. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm pretty legit. Like, you didn't think I was trying to scam him or something, I think. It was so funny. But then you can do a money order at the post office, but I had to get fingerprints and yeah, new photos. You wait in line for like an hour and then they like, yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Is it just you and Jackson?
And mom,
Oh, and your mom is
yeah,
moving there?
she's coming. Yeah. I wouldn't go by myself, I don't think. Like I've visited Europe by myself, but I don't think I would move there alone. So I'm glad it's not just me.
Oh, that's crazy.
I
Is
know.
your mom gonna have her practice there and everything?
No, she's like, I told her she can work for me. We tried to have a business together before that was like a holistic, like rehab recovery thing. And it was like a cool idea. And we had clients, but we don't work well. Like, it doesn't work well when we're both like in charge because she inevitably wants to work on things I don't want to work on. And I feel like she just doesn't listen to me. So, like, working together like that, I don't know. But I was like, you could just help me, like, with content, like filming me and stuff. And she said she'll do it because she's been trying to get her business off the ground for the past year, but she just really doesn't listen to me. She's paying this guy to do all her Facebook ads, but nobody's converting. She's using Score app. And so everybody's taking the assessment, but nobody's booking calls. And I'm like, you need a VSL or you have to do a master class or something. Like people need to see your face. And she's like, no, I don't want to do that. I already tried that. I'm like, no, the fuck you didn't. She made like a 2-minute video of like, here, book the call. And like, they're not. It's so funny. So
That's
we'll
funny. Yeah, your mom's a strong personality, so I could definitely
for
see
sure.
that.
For sure. So yeah. Anyways, Kenzie, let's get an update.
All right. So I finished recording all of my videos for my She Is You, which is going to be the course that they do for the 7-day free trial.
Amazing.
So I pumped out Saturday night after my kids went to sleep. I was like, I gotta fucking pump this out.
Impressive. Impressive. I just constantly astounded by you guys. Okay, that's amazing. What
Thank
else is
you.
going on? What's our next step or what are we
So
working?
the thing that I'm getting asked like the most right now is how to create courses. So I am literally mapping out the outline for a course on how to create courses. That way it's going to be a 2-for-1 because then I don't know if I'm gonna, I think I'll probably unlock it at level 2 because I have my AI course that unlocks at level 2.
Yeah.
So that way, or even do after the 8 days. So that way they convert from the free trial.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have them do my Skool link so that I get that affiliate commission as well.
Yeah.
But every single person in my community is either a coach, an entrepreneur, a business owner, or like an aspiring of any of those. And they all want to have their own courses. So,
Yeah.
which I think that one will be like very quick and easy to pump out. My biggest question right now is like, I don't know what I should create or like continue to put in there on a weekly basis and or monthly basis so that way they're getting the value of staying in there.
Yeah, that's a great question. So you've got your courses. See, courses are great because it gives people a reason to join, but I don't know that it's necessarily the reason people stay because it's like once you've recorded the videos and they've watched them once, they're not really valuable anymore. So it's like the most important pieces are like the community support and the coaching, in my opinion,
Yeah.
when you've had some courses. But this is what I'm going to do. And are you going to do Empress with us next
Yes.
week? Okay,
Um,
so that's going to be super helpful for you um in terms of the thinking behind it is essentially because if we're talking about creating passive income, so the goal is to create your core offer or your course, but get paid to record it. So this is how I'm approaching it is like it's going to be 12 lectures and it's based on an Enneagram, which is like a magical process. So it like guarantees results. And you're going to be creating your own version of this. So you could do this, like if you finish the course one before we start, then you finish it. But this could be like your first, I don't know, flagship core offer where I think this just makes the most sense. So basically, like they get access to the courses that you've already recorded that are in there, but it's like I believe that the best education is like in response and in shared experience. So like you do your best to cover everything in the courses that you record by yourself. But when you do it live, then it gives them the opportunity to ask questions. It makes it more valuable and you're able to cover more of what they need. And so it kind of gives you a direction and organization of like what videos to put in there. And it kind of also gives them a reason to come to the coaching calls and participate and get results. And so, yeah, so basically you get them in there. It's like the best way to control your income is to learn how to launch. So it's like, we're going to be launching this core offer. We'll record it live inside the school. And then once it's recorded, it can live in there as another course, but it's really like it's a standalone program. So I think you're doing the same thing I did when I've started and how I built it is like I have all these different kind of courses that all work together in there. This is like a entire workshop that takes someone from A to B of like all the things that they would need to get to this result.
okay.
Every Enneagram is based on it. It's got a title or an intention. So this is the Enneagram for a 10K a month school business. And the reason it guarantees results is because it like hits every point that you need to hit. And so you'll be creating your own version of this. And I think it's going to be a super valuable resource that you'll have in there that then you can promote till the end of time. And uh, ultimately, like you would record this once, it would be in the school, but then you could relaunch it like once a year or more often if you wanted to, just to kind of mix things up a bit. Because I kind of feel like it's like I have the attraction formula, but you kind of get tired of promoting the same thing over and over again. And so this allows you to kind of like diversify, bring the clients into the experience and kind of take them through a whole magical process together.
Okay.
Does
Cool.
that make sense?
Yeah. So this is gonna help us like craft our offer, or you're saying
Yeah.
to do this as my offer?
It's going to help you create, like you'll do Empress to create your offer, like
Okay.
your own group workshop that will turn into passive income because you'll record it with them once and then it'll be a huge asset to the community and a reason to join.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So if someone wants to do Empress and they're not already in the attraction formula, do they get that included with your 7-day free trial or no?
Yes, I'm still going to do the 7-day free trial. And I'm including a monthly one-on-one in there. They can join either monthly or annual. And then, yeah, I'm going to do a monthly, like one-on-one, like strategy call because I feel like when I first started, what I really needed was like when I joined Mike's community, it was really great to be a part of the community and attend the coaching calls. Like that was really helpful, but all of the information in the world doesn't, if you don't know how to implement it in your business, like it's like what do I do? And so I wanted to include some one-on-one without it being like just a one-on-one offer. That's how I'm doing it.
Okay.
Was that your question? And
Yeah, so they'll join your 7-day free trial. They'll be able to do Empress, and then if they convert after the 7-day free trial, then you're giving them like a one-on-one coaching
I
call
think
for the
I'm
month.
gonna do the one-on-one anyways, the
Oh,
onboarding,
so
because the better your onboarding experience, like if you fucking blow their minds, like the more
you're
likely they are to stay. Yeah. It's like you're never gonna lose by leading with value, I don't think.
okay.
So that part is I would leave up to you, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I like that. Cool, thank you.
So you'll do the how to make a course one.
And then right now, literally like after this call, I'm going to create a classroom that's specifically for like my one-on-one coaching to sell it because right now
Yes.
all of the people that are in there, four of them, one is like my one-on-one client currently, but her 6 months ends this Friday, so then it's just gonna be like standard what. And she got in whenever I was still doing my school community free, and then the other two are free, and then one girl is on the paid like monthly,
Yeah,
but they're all blowing me up.
they're blowing you
Like
up.
every single day, which I am very grateful for, but I also don't want to like I want them to be one-on-one clients if I'm going to be pouring that much time and energy into them.
So two things. When you're meeting with her on Friday?
Yeah, so this week is her last one-on-one.
So I want you to pitch her, an offer that she can't refuse. So whether it's like
So I don't think I would want to re-sign her right now,
oh, you
only
know.
because
Okay.
we've worked together for a year in March, and I feel like she now has everything she just
Okay.
needs to do.
To do.
But the other girl that is off the monthly,
Yeah.
I want to pitch her because I know 100% she wants one-on-one and
Yeah.
she like would benefit a lot from it.
So I know we talked about this a bit last week, but what are you thinking to include in the price? We are
So I'm gonna have like different tiers, and I'm gonna do one just of like text support because right now I'm communicating with them all like through text or voice memos, and let that be like my low ticket of one-on-one coaching. And then the other one, I think I'll probably do for sure a 6 month, and I'm debating on whether I should do a 3 month also. But then that one, I think weekly calls is what I was doing, and I think I will stick to weekly. I was kind of wanting to do bi-weekly, but I think weekly it's just
You can give them an option. I do this with mine. Like we'll either meet every other week for an hour or once a week for 30 minutes, and it's a 90-day container. Just as 60 days. I
I
guess
like
I'm kind of torn on that. I think you could give them the option. People like options. You could
yeah,
say you can either do this or this, but just be clear up front like what it is.
I like that. So yeah, for sure 6 months, and then probably a 3 month as well. And then I have like how I'm gonna structure that. Why they're gonna get
Tech support going to be like a month, or is this a 3 or 6?
a month.
Okay. And how much is that?
So 777.
Okay. And it's like office hours or like 24/7?
So office hours. On the weekends, it's gonna be Monday through Friday
Yeah.
because
Okay.
I check out on the weekends.
Good. Do you have like specific objectives for this 1 month, 3 month?
So I think more than anything, like the 6 month is how we talked about. Like I'm gonna help them build their course,
Right,
like
right, right.
completely set up. And then the 3 month I will help them through it all, but I'm not gonna build it for them. So I'll
Perfect.
show them and we'll like walk through my course on how to create your course, but I'm not doing it for them.
Oh, done. It's done with you versus done for you.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. Do you feel good about these? And can you get, it'll be one classroom with the three different options?
Yeah, that way they can like click on it and see what. So also, I know people are weird with like putting the prices and they want to get on a strategy call and then like I don't want to do that.
I
That
don't
I
like
don't want to
that
be on.
anymore.
Yeah. I feel like
I
it's shady and I don't want to be on that many calls.
no, I actually just created this whole sales page yesterday just using a Google Doc and I added it to my like link in bio.
So did you just fucking write all this or you have like a template for this?
I can send you this, and I actually have been using this Poppy thing, and I'm working on creating like a content calendar for you guys with this.
Dude, how you can do this and how Notion was giving you trouble, I'm like, I don't understand.
Funny, I know.
My brain is like,
But like you can plug
what
in
mode?
thing. So you can like do voice notes, and I like plugged in this, which was my highlight for attraction formula, and I'm making one for Empress right now, and you can send it voice memos and like websites. And so yeah, I just plugged in my Empress like curriculum in the about page and had it write it for me. And but oh, this is what I would cover. This is what's important for the classroom is like why, like your why I'm doing this, why would you do this essentially. You've heard Simon Sinek's, he did a TED talk called Start with Why. Like people don't really care what it is until they know why you
Yeah.
care. So like you want to cover why, who I am. It's just these three things. Why, who I am, who this is, who that who this is and is not for, and then what it is, what you get. And then what's the next step, how to take the next step. And I can share this document. I'll just add it here. Um, you want to end with I like this like verbiage. It's like, look, you can't even join. No need to jump all in blind. You literally can't even join until you do a 7-day trial because I want you to like want to be here and you're an adult, so you can end it like that.
Okay, cool. I like that.
Um, and so you could definitely create the classroom, and then here's the Google Doc for Chris. I just came up with this because this girl, I think there's different types of buyers, right? Like you have the intuitive buyers who are, I know I'm an intuitive buyer. I'm such an easy sell. Like I find a coach that I like and I'm just like, yep, I'm in, but
Same.
like I think some people want to be able to see it all in one place. And when you're just posting on Instagram or like with your school, it's kind of like you want to make it as easy for them to get the information that they need in order to make the decision. Cause like an intellectual buyer or, they want to see the data. They want to see what they get. They want to see all that stuff. And I don't necessarily need it, but I do think it's good to have it all in one place where they can check it out. So I would do that. You can just recreate that and put it in the classroom, or you could have the Google Doc and add it to your link in bio, just because if
So
they
the link in bio on your Instagram?
on my Instagram.
Look at that. Okay, cool.
And because I saw this girl do this yesterday and I've seen other people do it. I'm like, oh, that's really smart, because if you are asking them to do the free trial in order to buy it, then that's one more step and they might want to see it ahead of time. And then it allows you to just like, if you're talking to people in the DMs, you're like, oh yeah, look, I definitely have something like this. Just check out this document and like, let me know what you think.
Okay.
But I included the links in this. I included like the links to sign up, and then I also did this master class for Empress, which is on YouTube, and I linked it in here as well. So I'm like, you can check this out. So you could send them to a podcast like I would do. And we're gonna do all of this stuff together in Empress as well. So don't feel like you have to figure it all out. But yeah, you could give them here's where you would give them the different options. You'd be like, it's 1 month, 3 month, or 6 month. Here's what's included in each. And then give them a reason to sign up now. So the first 3 or whatever are going to get this. I have limited spots, whatever. A reason to say yes now.
Okay, cool. Yay. Okay.
Good. Oh. And this is from Sarah Blakely, who created Spanx. These are just the three things that everybody, you know, how she built her $1 billion thing, like why, who, what, and then
Okay.
how to take the next step. One-on-one clients are more intuitive, meaning like they buy when the time is right for them and they have the money to do so. So like you're not really going to urgency or scarcity your way into someone giving you thousands of dollars. Like that's really kind of up to them. But for the monthly thing, like this is going to give them everything they need in order to make an adult decision about what is best for them.
Okay.
I
I
just
like that.
believe that people are adults and can decide if they can want to do something. That doesn't mean we don't like follow up or like outreach. It just means, yeah, give them the information and a reason to say yes now.
Yay. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, so here's everybody's homework assignment. Um, this recording will be in there, and I'm pretty sure we'll meet Monday, but I don't know. I might switch the live calls to Wednesday for Empress since we're already doing that. Brenda, do you want to do Empress with us?
Um, yeah, I've been hearing you talk about it. It sounds interesting. Maybe it's on the website or something. I mean, on the school.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, this new workshop I'm doing next week in here that you guys all have access to because you're my clients, my beautiful clients.
So is it on the in the classes video?
Yeah, it's gonna be inside of here. There's a classroom for it. But I also right here, this in the notes for today at the
Yeah.
bottom, there's a Google Doc for Empress, so you can read through it there.
Okay, wonderful. It sounds great, start to finish. I like those, follow the breadcrumbs.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's cool. I'm like super excited about it.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah. This is what I mean is like you follow your heart. Like if you know you want to talk about something and you want to do something, like market research is great, but like, just fucking do it and involve your customers and the clients in the process. But like you got to do what excites you, you know?
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe we won't meet Monday and we'll just be meeting for Empress. And every week we're gonna have homework. So there's gonna be a specific piece of homework for everybody that you'll do that week. The reason it's guaranteed and you're like it works for everybody, it's an objective process, is because if you follow these steps and we go in this order, you will see results. So there'll be a homework assignment. So the lesson isn't done when we finish the video or the lecture, it's done when you complete the homework. And if you need more time to complete the homework, like I'll let you know ahead of time which points are the hardest and like where to expect a challenge. But the benefit of the Enneagram is like you always know where you are and what's next. You know when the hard parts are coming and you have all the tools to do it. So I think you guys are gonna love it.
I love when you get a creative, crazy burst of energy.
I know, I know. It's been insane. It's been insane. I'm just trying to stay sane over here. But that's why I have you guys. You're my little guinea pigs. You're gonna do it whether you want to or not.
When does it start? Wednesday at what time?
Wednesday at 12. Yeah. Yeah. And that's actually good because I heard for the astrology that I just found out yesterday I have a Capricorn stellium, which is why I'm a workaholic. But what I was going to say is this January was like we had Mercury retrograde and some other shit going on. So it just felt like you were like climbing an uphill battle, but starting the first week of February. And also, this Wednesday is the Lunar New Year, like the Chinese New Year. And starting in February, Saturn goes or Mercury goes the right way and things are just supposed to get a lot easier. And I already feel so much better like this week. So,
Mhm.
sometimes
How
there's
long
just
is it?
shit
How
going
long
on
is it
and
on Wednesday?
do what?
How long is the class on
It's going to be
Wednesday?
90 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Got my calendar.
Yeah. Women are just, we're like cyclical creatures and you don't always have the energy for stuff and that's
Where do you find, like, how the hell do you learn all this stuff about your human design and because I did your human design and magnetic marketing, but I have no fucking idea how to read it or like what it means.
You're gonna fucking love Empress then, because every week there's like a little human design thing, and we're gonna go through it like bit by bit. So it's not gonna be like, here's all this information. We're gonna like learn a little piece and then implement it, and then we learn something else. But we're gonna learn it bit by bit. But the way I've learned it, man, a lot of like ChatGPT, Google, YouTube videos. Um,
Oh.
I'll show you guys how to read your own charts and what it all means. And we're going to cover your messaging, your positioning, your brand. It's going to be so good.
And
Cool.
you
Yeah.
said Enneagrams are something that you're also going to talk about?
Yeah, it uses three tools, Empress. We use the Enneagram, Skool, and Human Design. So the Enneagram is that symbol I showed
Mhm.
you guys. So it's an ancient symbol for any method that you can create a method for anything. And I made a video on this that I actually would recommend you guys watch. I'll add y'all to the Empress classroom because it's in there. But the master class is in there. And what's cool is you turn point one of your Enneagram into the master class, which becomes your lead magnet. Um, and you can watch this and then how to build a spiritual business step by step, 0 to 40K. That's a really good video and it's on my YouTube. I'm just gonna open up the classroom for everybody. The classroom's not done. I have everything. Oh no, see, look, I unlocked Empress on day 8, but I might just let them in. I think. I'll just make it open. Okay, save. So you guys can go in there now. Cool. Well,
Sounds
I'll
good.
see you guys next Wednesday. Let me know if I can help with anything.
Will do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, awesome. Bye.